All right, first of all, I'd like to welcome everyone here today for this press conference. First of all, here joining us today is Councilmember Gary Brinn, who's worked very hard with me on the encampment resolution. Also, we have members from Elmira Downtown Development and 6th District Councilperson Jackie Wilson. Thank you all for being here today. As you all know, over the past several months, we've had some problems throughout the city, more within the downtown area. We've had a couple fires under the bridges. We had an assault happen in the downtown just recently where several people were assaulted by a homeless person. So we as a council decided to take action. So there's a couple things that we're going to go over. First of all, while downtown Elmira remains safe to visit, a recent string of unusual and high-profile incidents raised concerns for city and county officials, business leaders, and residents. This past Wednesday evening, City Manager Mike Collins and I were joined by many of those community and business leaders, and some of those other officials were Councilmember Corey Cook, County Legislator Marty Chalk, County Legislator Bill McCarthy, and County Legislator Brent Sturmer, along with other business and community leaders. And we took a walk around the downtown area. That tour included Wisner Park and the parking garage. We were able to identify potential problem areas and make plans to reduce risks. I want to thank all those who participated in that tour. And I want to assure the public they were taking every incident, no matter how small, very seriously in Elmira. When I was elected mayor, the first thing I said to me, but everyone concerned, is public safety. And I'm going to make sure this public stays safe throughout my tenure. That same evening, we had another tragic accident involving pedestrians crossing Clemens Center Parkway. I want to assure you that we have not forgotten our commitment to improving safety for pedestrians along that corridor. On Monday, the City Council took action after a string of 6 assaults and 5 fires related to a segment of our unsheltered population. Prior to that action, we were unable to address the most dangerous encampments and squats in a timely manner if property owners could not be reached. The camping ban ordinance gives us the necessary tools to keep the unsheltered and general public safe. Councilmember Brinn will now address our attentions when it comes to enforcement. Councilmember Brinn, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We recognize that shelter first is the best approach to serving the chronically unsheltered, and that is not currently available in Chemung County. As the city and county continue to partner and search for effective solutions to the surge in unsheltered homeless individuals in our community, the City of Elmira will primarily focus on removing encampments near vital infrastructure and in residential neighborhoods. We are not doing sweeps of all encampments looking to arrest occupants. Already this week, teams from social services, Catholic Charities, and His Haven have been successful in reaching our chronically unsheltered, helping bring our most vulnerable populations into our systems of care. Beginning in December, the dorm-style shelter run by Catholic Charities will expand its hours. As always, we will work with government and community partners to facilitate housing for the unsheltered and to promote access and use of mental health and addiction recovery services. Thank you.
We'll now take any questions anyone may have. Yes, sir.
Yeah, what communication, if any, did happen with like local social services before passing the law?
Actually, I'm on part of the Chemung County Housing Task Force, Homeless Task Force, and we were discussing this for the past couple months on how we're going to deal with these people.
Wait, did you mention a recent assault? Could you expand on that? What were you shooting?
That was the one that happened a couple weeks ago on Saturday night, where an individual went into the parking garage and then ended up at one of our local restaurants, and subsequently, I believe, was arrested at one of our other local establishments in the downtown.
So, as far as downtown safety, will any further changes be happening, or is this basically?
There's going to be additional. So when we did the walk around, we had members, individuals from 100 West Water Apartments. We had Clemens Center representative there. Capriati Properties were there. So the discussions were that they were going to put up additional security cameras, and Capriati Properties has already hired a security officer that is patrolling his area as well as the parking garage right now. And Clemens Center has also hired private security. 100 West Water is going to hire private security as well. They will be working in conjunction with our police department, and if there is a problem, because they are unarmed security officers, they will be contacting our police when there's a problem, and then our police will respond very quickly to address the problem.
With the harsh weather coming up, was there any rush to maybe want to help some of the locals, knowing that harsh weather is coming up, with these encampments, trying to find ways to get them into homes?
Yeah, that's what Catholic Charities, His Haven, and DSS is doing right now. They're getting them into the shelter. Those that have families will go into hotels to get them out of the elements, with the goal of getting those people into permanent housing.
I guess my final round question then, just to tie up on it, is then, what does the public need to know at the moment, just based off of everything we said, is the most important thing people to know?
That the city is very safe, and it's going to continue to be safe. Let me just expound on some of the efforts we're doing at the parking garage. We identified some problems with lighting that we're going to add. We have some fixtures that were not working that are going to be addressed here very soon. We have done expanded patrols in the downtown, more targeted patrols to include foot patrols. Those will continue. As we know, presence is a big thing when it comes to safety. The city is getting ready to invest over $2 million into the parking garage, not only for improved lighting, but we're going to get the elevators back up and working. We're going to have brand new elevators. Plus, we're going to be adding security cameras in that area. We'll be working with county officials. They want to partner with us to enhance security in the downtown area, however that looks going in the future. I plan on meeting with the county officials, the city manager and I, in the next week or so. Yes, sir.
Sorry, on a different topic, but you did mention it. Regarding the accident on Clemens, and understanding it's a state road, correct?
Correct.
But the crosswalk, that's fairly new, is it? And what other changes could possibly be made, or are you considering regarding safety, particularly when folks go to the theater?
Well, obviously that was just added about a year ago, I believe it was, to the pedestrian walkway. And traffic's supposed to yield when those lights turn on and they're getting ready to cross that crosswalk. We have, and Councilmember Brinn was part of that. I think it was about a year or so ago. We talked about doing some traffic calming measures to include slowing the speed down on that highway. Again, that all goes through the state, so we just have to lobby the state to. We'd like to see that speed limit lowered down to 30 miles an hour in that stretch through the downtown area. To me, to 40. Go ahead.
Yeah, let me jump in if
Sure,
you don't
go
mind.
ahead.
I would also add to that there, again, as the mayor said, that is a state road. There are traffic calming measures that are widely used. I believe it actually is what we call, in a negative sense, a strode, what really should be a street that's treated like a rural road. Speeds are too high, it's too wide. When you have those clear sight lines and extremely wide road, cars go fast. That's just the reality. We need to narrow that road. We need to get the state to put in bike lanes, to help us put trees down the median. All these measures, they're very simple steps, but again, we cannot do them unilaterally.
Thank you. All right. Anyone else? No further questions? I'd like to thank everybody for attending today, and this will end the press conference. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Just remember one.
Okay.
Regarding the sheltering of the shelter for people, we have a fire chief, but again, fires are of course a concern. Could you speak to that point about what it means for first responders?
Yeah.
And for the folks obviously who are in the encampment. Could you speak to that point?
Yeah, anytime there's a fire, it puts our first responders at risk because they have to respond to the fire and they have to put that fire out. The people that are in those encampments could, it could end up deadly for them. As far as and it depends where the fire is. If the fire is underneath a bridge, we saw what happened. I have a major concern if there's a major fire underneath one of those underpasses where the railroad comes by and that heats up. What if it warps that track? And then we have a derailment. So that's a major issue. But there's a major concern for our first responders to make sure that they don't have to respond to these type of things.
Of course, there's resources involving closing, redirecting traffic.
Right.
West Washington Avenue, is that still closed?
That is still closed as today.
Do we know when they might reopen, or what's the damage assessment, or is that still being looked
I think that's still being looked at. We have no exact date on when that's going to reopen. The assessment's still going on, as far as I'm aware. Thank you. Yes, sir. Is that? We're good? All right. Thank you, everybody.